Welcome back to another episode of On the Mic with Tony. And today we have a special guest. We're here with
Alex.
Alex. And Alex, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22 years old, still young, getting started with life.
Yep.
So, how's life treating you so far?
It's pretty good. I just got my associate's degree, and I just moved back from San Marcos.
Okay, associate's degree from where?
From Lone Star.
From Lone Star?
Yeah.
And San Marcos, 22 years old, and you were over there how long?
I was over there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
18 years old, moved out on his own to be by himself,
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
pretty much. So let's just take it back a little bit.
All right.
Back to your high school. Let's go back to your high school days.
All right.
How was high school for you?
High school was pretty fun. I mean, I had a good group of friends. We all did the same stuff. We all liked like trucks, cars, fishing, stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. And then I think like my sophomore year or junior year of high school, COVID happened. So then like my whole junior year, I was at home basically. And then my senior year, I just stayed online so I could go to work instead.
So you started working at 16.
I started working at 16.
16. Did you have a favorite subject, extracurricular activities? What did you do? High school.
In high school, my favorite subject was English.
English?
But like school-wise, I didn't have no extracurricular activities.
No soccer, football.
I played soccer in high school.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
fun.
it was alright. I mean, I just didn't really like care for it anymore. Once I started working, I just wanted to work.
Oh, okay.
Make money.
And you were with your friends and you said y'all had trucks and stuff.
Yeah, we all had trucks.
What,
and stuff.
What age did you have your first truck?
I was, I think like 17.
17 years old, you had your truck already.
Yeah, 17 or 18.
What kind of truck was it?
A 2008 Chevy Silverado.
Chevy.
Yeah.
Did you do anything to it?
Yeah, I had a 3.5-inch lift kit on 22s, 35s. I had like subs, radio. I had like true dual exhaust, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened to the truck?
I sold it because I went to college and I wanted something more like practical.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, it's tough decisions.
it was a tough decision. Yeah,
You miss it.
I do and I don't because I think it was built well,
Yeah.
but it was like a half door, like an extended cab,
Half door.
so I didn't really like that. But if it was a 4-door, then I would say yeah, I miss it.
So 16, 17 years old, already with your truck, lifted rims,
Yeah,
you know, doing pretty good for yourself at a 16, 17 years old.
yeah.
And then 18 years old comes around, you get ready to graduate,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take us from there. What was it like transitioning from high school into your, adult college?
Yeah. So I didn't know. Well, my girlfriend now, she was like a grade under me, so I didn't really want to go to like a college,
Yeah.
and I also didn't know where I wanted to go or like what I wanted to really like do. So I just went to like Lone Star. I did like 27 hours, and then like my second semester of Lone Star, my best friend was like, "Hey, I'm going to go to Texas State, San Marcos," and I was like, "All right, well I'll go with you." And so we graduated. We did one year at Lone Star. I got about 27 hours, and then we went to Texas State. We moved in, and then I did like a year and a half there. I was supposed to finish my bachelor's degree, but I wanted to do something different. But I still made it that far, so I was like, I just want to at least finish my associate's degree. So while I was up there, I did Lone Star Online and finished my associate's degree.
So for somebody listening that's barely getting out of high school, doesn't know how to go about the next step, per se, what are some of the things or advice that you can give somebody? Either wait or know what you want to do, figure it out, or just some
Yeah.
advice from somebody straight out of high school trying to go the college route.
I would say straight out of high school going to college route, I would say as sorry as it is, or not even sorry, but I would say if you want to go to like a big college like Texas State, Texas Tech University, Texas A&M, my biggest advice would be just really go there, you know, whether it's for a weekend, 3-4 days, see if you really like it, because this is essentially where you're gonna be for the next 3 or 4 years. You know, you only go to college one time, so it's like you got to know like this is the place you want to be, because you know there's a lot of people that go and they're like, I don't want to be here.
So schedule a tour.
Yeah, schedule a tour.
Tour good, what, 2, 3, 4 schools?
I say like 2 to 3, and then you know once you find like that 1 or 2, if you have the option, because you know tuition is like most of the time when you go to college, like you're not allowed to live like in an apartment. You got to live on their campus.
On campus.
So like then you got college debt of like
Starts getting expensive.
Yeah, 'cause
real fast.
a semester is like $5,000. So for 1 year it's 10, but now you got to include your housing, which is like an additional 10 or more $1,000. So now your first year is already $20,000. So my advice would be, if you want to go to A&M, see if you can get in an apartment and enroll in their community college in that area, so you still get the college life, you still get, you know, to be out there, to experience your own things, learn, and then you're also at community college, so it's probably either free or a couple $100s, and then all you gotta do is worry about getting a job, pay for your own apartment, and then once you got that associate's degree and you're already there, you like it, then you can transfer to that school, and it's easier to transfer into bigger schools as a transfer student anyway. So now your debt went from like 40, 50, 60 grand to like maybe 15, 20, if that.
So make sure you kind of go the direction you plan to make a career.
Yeah.
Before you get into debt, at least at least follow what you know what
make a
you want
plan.
to do.
Yeah, make a plan. Definitely make a plan.
Make sure that's what you're going for.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people in college, like you'll get there, they 9 times out of 10 when you get to college, like you're gonna change it at least some way, and a lot of people you meet out there, you know, they end up dropping out or they end up changing what they want to do and stuff, and
Changing careers.
yeah, and it's like you might be in debt 20 grand, and just because it's not in front of you doesn't mean it's going to go away. You know, it's going to be there. You're gonna face a reality, whether it's now or 10, 15 years from now. So you always got to make a plan.
Yeah, so that's you know, so let's say after you get through all that process and you're there, you're finally there, move into your dorm. So how's life living in dorms?
The dorms is not bad. A lot of traditional dorms is more like a hotel. Like it's kind of like a lot of rooms, a lot of people. I didn't get that because my dorm was basically like an apartment at Texas State. So it was kind of different. It was just kind of living like an apartment. You might see some people here walking here and there, but I mean, like, you know, they'll have a party over there or have to get together, and they'll knock on your door like, hey, you know, you want to come over? You know, you want to hang out, introduce themselves, stuff like that. So I really couldn't tell you about traditional dorms of like having that like hotel style, like just running up in the halls, community showers and all that. But I didn't want to do that in the first place, so I'm really glad that it was just me and my best friend. We each had our own restroom, own room.
Well, you know that speculations of how college is and what it's like, as far as, you know, living on campus. You know, like for people like myself that didn't go to college, you just hear about it, right? So is it true, like with the like, what do you call it whenever fraternities, sororities, that like that's a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
It is?
It's a pretty big community. It depends what school you go to. So if you got like a bigger school, some schools are small, so it's like kind of like they join the fraternities and sororities that are like it's just kind of a way to meet people.
Yeah.
So it's like it's more important.
Social.
Yeah, because it's so little, so it's kind of hard for you just to go out there and meet when there's only like a little bit of people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easier to join a fraternity, sorority, and then you kind of got your people. But in bigger schools, like where I went, it's a big part of like college, like fraternity, sorority, Greek life. But I mean, they're cool people. I mean, I met a lot of cool people in them. People I still talk to this day.
Yeah, and it's a small town, right?
San Marcos,
San Marcos, small town. They got the river. You know, very popular.
Yeah.
The holidays, everybody goes out there.
Yeah, the river, so park.
You know, any fun, cool little stories, where hangout spots?
I didn't really go to the river a lot, but I mean, I like to run a lot, so I always ran through Soul Park, stuff like that. I mean, you'll definitely see people there like all day, every day. Like, there are probably people there right now.
They got cool outlets.
Yeah, they got
outlet
outlets.
mall out there. They have well, you got Austin, San Antonio,
Austin,
down the road.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of things to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do out there.
But you got to put in the hard work.
You definitely do.
Right.
You
You got bills.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You got to work a lot.
Yeah.
So you got to work, study,
Yeah.
and find time for yourself all at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty difficult. It's a difficult task.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You gotta be focused. Stay focused.
Yeah, you gotta be focused. You gotta
Very
be
focused.
It's kind of hard because it's like, I mean, it's hard because some people go to schools, you know, their parents take care of them. Other people, you know, they're there working two, three jobs. Other people, you're kind of like, you're working to provide yourself because you know, your family doesn't have all that much money, but they can get you there. So it's kind of like on your own to see what you want. For me, I would say like it was kind of more of like in the middle. Like, you know, my family got me there, but it was more on my own. So like, you know, if they got me here, but if I want to stay here, then I got to put in the work. Also with school, because it's, you know, you want to make sure your bills are paid. You want to make sure you have your responsibilities and stuff, but you also gotta, you know, you gotta realize why you're there is for school. So
Yeah,
you can't
and
let that get in the way.
I really wanted to do this interview with Alex just to let him have a sit down and explain a little bit of what it takes for you know, somebody coming fresh out of high school, going into the adult world, into college, and what it takes. The hard work. It's not easy, you know, and then the reality of it when, you know, you start getting the taste of bills, you know, cost of things, buying your own things. So you kind of, you're limited to what you can do sometimes.
Yeah.
But all that, you can't lose focus and sight of what that hard work is for. Because in the long run, is to be able to enjoy yourself once the hard part, no, once the work is done.
Yeah.
You put in the work so you can have fun at the end.
Yeah,
You know, you can't have fun now and expect to put in the hard work later.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. That's backwards.
Yeah.
You know, but now, you know, you say you finished college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finished college, and now, you know, what are some of your plans? Like, you know, let's say goals in life.
Goals.
You know, like, where do you see yourself in? Let's just not too far. Let's just go 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
So I'll be like 30, 32. I would say I would like to at least have, obviously, I want my own house. Something in
What
a
what would your dream house look like?
my dream house?
Yeah.
I think my dream house would be kind of like I don't know. I haven't really put no thought into it. I think something just on like maybe like an acre or something.
Yeah.
Where I kind of got like a nice front yard, a nice backyard.
Ranch style?
Yeah, like a ranch style.
Ranch
thing.
style.
Maybe something like that. I don't know if that would happen the next 10 years, but it's a goal. Maybe hopefully be married, have a kid. You know, I don't want to be like 60 and, you know, my kid's like 12 or something.
How many kids are in your future? How many?
I would say just 2.
2?
Yeah,
2?
2.
Good number.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, you're not, you know, your house, you just want a regular house on land.
Yeah.
Your thing is land.
Yeah. I want to be on land.
Animals and stuff, or no?
I would say like maybe not a lot of animals because I don't want it to be more like
Work.
like work.
You want to enjoy it more.
Yeah, maybe like some chickens where it's like not low maintenance.
They can fend for themselves.
Yeah. And if you have a dog, like you'll probably
you
probably
can-
watch out for them a little bit.
Yeah. Something just to keep you busy, but not a job.
Yeah, and then you know, you got eggs and
Gotcha.
stuff. So
I got
maybe
you.
something like that. Maybe some goats or something. If it, you know,
And what would your dream garage look like?
my dream garage. I would like to have a lot of side by sides. I like to have some 4-wheelers, some dirt bikes. I want to have like a lift in there for my trucks and stuff. I've always wanted like those box Chevys.
The C10 square bodies, or
I think so, yeah.
The old schools?
Yeah, I always
Okay.
wanted one of those. So hopefully one day in my life.
those things are expensive now.
Yeah.
Real expensive.
Yeah, I would hope to have one of those. I want to put like the whole music in there. I want it to be fast. I want to open the trunk and has like the letters on the back of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I want one of those when they have one of those in my garage. Something like that.
Your little project.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're more old school.
Yeah, I don't like nothing new.
The old school cars.
Yeah, I don't like nothing new. I don't like any.
Nothing that's coming out. Nothing that has came out, or
No, I don't like none of it. I
No
don't-
sports cars or nothing. You're
No.
more country.
Yeah, I guess
Really?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like cars. I'm not a big fan of sports cars. I mean, I think they're cool.
Yeah, you like them, but just
Yeah.
not. They're not. That's
Yeah.
not what you would choose.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
Yeah,
choose anything
yeah.
like that. I don't like it.
Yeah. You're more. You're more of a just exciting and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I like to get what's gonna make me happy.
Yeah,
not
make
what's
you
just like-
happy, and not what what people with money would want.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I mean, I feel like you're headed that way, man.
Hopefully.
I feel like you're headed that way, and it all starts with the dream. and I really think you're doing really good. And like I said, that's why I felt like, you know, I wanted to have this talk, just so you can shine some light to
Mhm.
somebody your age trying to do it.
Mhm.
You know, and I feel like, man, I feel like you gave them a lot of insight.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
yeah.
good insight. And if anybody has any more questions, you know, just leave them on there, and we'll have him back on here and have touch bases.
Yeah.
And see where he's at.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
only
we'll see where I'm
22.
Yeah.
He's only 22, man. He still got a long way to go. He's starting, and he's starting the right way, and he's putting in the hard work, and it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully.
gonna pay off, man.
Hopefully.
So with that, I mean, do you have any like final words, advice for, you know, like I
Yeah.
said, anybody just out there trying to get it like your age, you know?
Yeah. The only thing I would say, you know, I don't know how well this video is going to do, but I would say, you know, if you really do go to college, just really think about what you want to do. If you go to college, just make sure it's going to be worth it, you know. Make sure that job is going to be a job you need 10, 20 years from now. Make sure just be smart. Like I said, like, don't go out there. It's like, just because you can't see the dead in front of you right now doesn't mean it's not going to be there later on. So it's like, you know, you always want to just make smart plans. You know, if you've never gone to college, nobody in your family's gone to college, you know, just research, like, ask people, because it's like there's a lot of different things that you could do that people don't know about. Instead of just applying, sign the student loan, and now you're someone you don't want to be, or doing something you don't want to do, learning something you don't want to learn, and now you feel stuck because you don't want to make your parents upset, and you know, you're locked in this lease for the next year with 4 people you don't even like. So it's just don't be afraid to ask for help, and
don't go to college for the party statistics.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
If you're going to college to party,
yeah, no, it's not worth it.
You don't have to enroll to go party.
Yeah, no, you can just drive up there, see what it's like.
You don't have to get in debt to party.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's basically you're paying to party. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it does come with it, but you'd be surprised at how many people, like, you'll
Just
see.
go for that, right?
Yeah, that's all they do now. They go, you meet them the first year, they're like, oh, what's up, my name's such and such, I'm going to school for this, and then next thing you know, 2 years down the line, you see them, and they're out every single weekend. They gain like 40 pounds. They only look the same.
Yeah.
All they do is drink.
Lost their vision, with focus, and
Yeah,
doing it for the wrong reason.
pretty much. And so it's just like, it's not worth it. It's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, you only go to college once. You're only 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 once, but you know, you gotta look at the longevity. You know, you can't party forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
So.
And well, yeah, that was the whole purpose why I really wanted, you know, Alex to be on here. So man, hopefully it'll help somebody out there with a little knowledge and got the point of view of a 22-year-old, you know, starting out, and giving you a little insight of how hard it really is when you stay focused. But like I said, if you have any questions, you want to hear a little bit more, we'll have an update, and we'll see him again. So for now, man, I mean, appreciate you speaking a little bit on what you got going on, and we'll have you back on and see where you're at.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. So till next time, next video, man. Y'all keep watching. We're getting more interviews every day. So appreciate it. Till next time. Peace.